Black coral is the cornerstone of Maui Divers Jewelry. And the Maui Divers Jewelry Design House is where we take this raw, uncut gem to manufacture our beautiful and unique pieces of jewelry. Each piece of jewelry starts as a concept drawing, inspired by the flowers, fauna, and landscape of the Rainbow State. New designs are developed by our team of designers each year. From the drawing shown here, we've taken inspiration from one of Hawaii's most sacred animals, the honu. Once drawn, a model of the pendant is developed for manufacturing and computer-aided design, and a prototype is made with our state-of-the-art additive manufacturing devices. The prototype is then inspected by our designers and factory leaders. Once approved for manufacturing, one of our master jewelers creates a perfect model out of 5-karat gold to serve as our master template. This model is placed in a mold frame and packed with thermosetting rubber. After the rubber cures, the mold is carefully cut away from the model, which is gently released. After the rubber cures, the mold is carefully cut away from the model, which is gently released. The rubber mold is reassembled and a special hot wax is injected into the mold. After the wax cools, the workers separate the mold and carefully extract the wax pattern. For this piece, diamonds are carefully set into the wax for the eyes of the honu. The wax patterns are assembled into a tree of multiple pieces, which is then placed in a metal flask. A special casting plaster, similar to plaster of Paris, is then poured around the tree. The flask is then placed under a vacuum chamber to remove all air bubbles from the plaster. Once the plaster is hardened, the flask is placed in a special oven to melt the wax patterns from the mold. This is known as the lost wax casting method. After the wax has been melted out, the flask is moved to our vacuum casting machine. 14-karat gold nuggets are melted in a crucible and heated to over 1500 degrees. At the push of a button, the molten gold is shot into the mold and a vacuum applied, allowing gold to flow into even the smallest of details. The flask is removed and allowed to cool, then plunged into cold water and struck with a hammer to remove the plaster, revealing a perfect replica of the wax tree in solid 14-karat gold. The gold tree is cleaned by pressurized water and compressed air, then moves on to processing and inspection. In inspection, the gold tree is inspected and weighed, and a small piece is removed and checked for purity. In processing, the raw jewelry pieces are cut away from the gold tree with a hydraulic cutter. In several dedicated stations, they are sanded with wet silicon carbide discs to remove the crust from casting. At this point, the jump ring of this honu pendant is finely cut and a bail inserted into the jump ring. With precision, the ring is then closed and soldered back into place, forming a strong bond. The honu is then polished again inside and out and finally sent for several more steps of burnishing in a series of circulatory finishing machines. Meanwhile, in the lapidary department, raw black coral is marked and cut into a rough shape with a bandsaw. Once roughed out, the pieces of black coral are attached to a milling plate and sent to our CNC machine. With a series of small milling tools, the shape of the honu shell is formed from the raw black coral. Once the shell has been shaped, removed, and polished to a dull shine, the black coral is transferred to one of our customized laser engravers where the shell pattern is applied with several high-powered laser passes. Simultaneously, the gold elements of the design are polished inside and out with progressively finer buffing wheels until the completed piece shines. During this process, the honu also passes through an ultrasonic cleaner, then is steam cleaned again before it is ready for assembly. Both elements of this honu piece are now ready for final assembly. The black coral is prepared by drilling 2 small locating holes, then is cleaned and covered in a specialized skin-safe adhesive. The black coral is then set into the gold with precision and a steady hand. Once the epoxy is set, the piece moves into our coordinating and inspection department, where the piece is approved for customers and sent to our jewelry vault. From the vault and through our shipping department to the world, these pieces make their way into the hands and hearts of many jewelry connoisseurs across the world. From the sketches of a designer, to computer design, to 3D printed prototype, through model making, wax patterning, gold casting, machining, and final polishing, you will now be able to see every step of this remarkable process. We are proud of the care and craftsmanship that goes into each one of our unique designs, and our dedication to quality that allows us to provide a forever guarantee on all of our jewelry. Visit Maui Divers Jewelry in Hawaii and at mauidivers.com. Aloha!